Hey guys, Asher coming at you today in Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video, guys. Glad to have you all here chilling with me, talking a little bit of Watcher today. Before that, sending some love, some positive vibes your way, guys. I was just chatting about this a little bit on my Raid channel, and for those of you who don't watch both channels, first of all, shame. I know your name, but jokes aside, I've been really enjoying this holiday season, I want to say so far. But me and the kiddo, we just went to some like train amusement park, Christmas theme park, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, maybe some parents out there have the same feeling that I did, but I kind of lost a little bit of that Christmas spirit, I guess, right? I'm like at the end of the movie Elf when he gets the Christmas spirit and the Santa sleigh takes off. That's what I got going on right now. I'm kind of reliving it through the eyes of my child, which is honestly pretty cool. So if you're not in the holiday spirit out there, again, hopefully I can cheer you up a little bit with a few of these pictures that we had over the weekend and some positive vibes talking about Watcher of Realms. But honestly, when we talk about Watcher of Realms, guys, something happened to me for the very first time in this game. That's right, something happened.
Something happened to me, and I need to know what it was.
I hit my very first wall. Meaning that I feel like I can't really make a lot more progress from where I am right now, given the gear that I have specifically. And I've used gear as kind of a crutch, honestly, in the previous few videos. Yeah, like I could get further, but I just need gear. But the truth is, I just need to farm a little bit more. And the one area I've been slacking on most in this game is gear cleansing, honestly, right? Like I'm at 1,000 out of 1,000, and this is my lazy way that I do it. I would love to hear what you guys do, right? First of all, I hate that it sends you to a different section. I feel like one of the easiest quality of life things they can do is really streamline how to sell and filter and sort gear inside this game. Any of you agree with me, disagree, let me know. But the first low-hanging fruit that I do is I select all of these, then I go base stats, and I just sell that stuff, right? I only have a few here, but I'll probably keep that I'll keep that one. But that's basically what I'm doing. I'm like drowning right now in gear, so I need to just cleanse a ton of gear. Let me know if you want me to make a video on that.
New direction for me, for the company.
I don't know, are cleanse videos that exciting? I don't know, give me your honest take. But I want to talk to you a little bit about the wall and why I'm not really worried about it. First of all, I'm so into this game, guys, unabashedly. I really enjoy it. Even though I say I hit the wall, I guess that what I mean is I hit the wall in these areas. What I'm going to do, by the way, in today's video, I'm going to show you my most used heroes, what my goals are right now, and I'm going to show you all my achievements, the progress that I've made inside the game, just so you're aware. I probably should have said that at the top of the video before rambling for a half an hour to you guys. So gear raids, I've hit a wall in all my gear raids. I've cleared stage 19 so I can get my hands on the better gear, but I have not farmed them enough, right? So gear raid 1, gear raid 2, gear raid 3, I've hit a wall. I come nowhere close. I feel like, right, that I come nowhere close to strong enough to beat these stages. However, I have some pretty dang good heroes. That's one area where I'm not lacking on my account. So I feel like gear raid 1 specifically, I mean, you saw my squad here. I have Vierna and I have Lasir. You know, I have Zealous, some other good ones as well. So that's something which is probably going to be my next target. My next goal is Gear Raid 1. Gear Raid 2, Gear Raid 3, not quite as much recommended BP as 700. I know I can do it for less, but I'm a couple 100,000 less right now. So I just need a bit better gear overall on the old account. I have cleared all stages of artifact material raid. So cleared stage 18 there. I have not dedicated myself enough yet to Void Rift. So even though I've hit a wall,
so you lie to yourself to be happy.
I'm really lying to you guys, because this is the crazy thing about this game. This is one of the reasons I love this game, honestly, so much, right? Is that, first of all, you can spend a whole night on one stage if you want to, right? You ever do that? I've done that a couple times, right? And it really is a big bummer when you go to bed and you do not clear that stage, but it's really rewarding and gratifying when you clear a stage, unlock Power of Dominance, unlock auto farming. I mean, that's a good feeling, right? So Void Rift, I actually really enjoyed Void Rift. I've cleared normal and I've cleared elite. I've moved on to hard and I haven't started it yet. So I actually have more stuff that I can work on. I just don't know how much I'll be able to clear, but TBD, that's probably gonna be what I do tonight, even though I should just be auto farming in the background for better gear, right? So where are you guys at in those specific areas? Let me show you right now. Stuck on wave 120 right now. I'm just gonna run it and ramble, and then I'll show you all my achievements, right? Campaign is another area. I can really optimize this team quite a bit more too, but well, whatever, let's just run it. We're kind of close on BP here, but man, wave 120 is tricky. Tricky. Have you guys beat this? What one are you guys on? I think the world leader right now is like 140-ish wave. I want to say around that. I'll double check after this if I can remember. But wait, I've kind of given up right now. I'll be honest with you guys. I've kind of given up on the Tide. Tide strategy is kind of weird because I honestly feel like Tide's probably my least favorite area of the game. Not that it takes a lot of my time or anything, but it feels like it's so tricky to, even though it doesn't cost anything to play it over and over and over again, I feel like it's so tricky to actually figure out like viable strategies, you know? I mean, I was dead really quick there, right? So I'm thinking about like making a Constance team and just revamping that entire squad. But as you can see, I'm nowhere close on 120 on the Tide. My Tide talents are almost done too, which is actually kind of cool, but also really bad because I know I'm not going to get any more like uber stat increases. I just need to boost my healers and then I'm done there. So we will see. Actually, does anybody know what peak talents are? I asked a couple creators and none of them knew what they were. None of them had them unlocked. So it looks like I might be unlocking them soon.
I guess we'll never know.
Or are they locked forever and we don't know what it is? I have no idea. That's one thing I have no clue on. You can see my Pantheon. I'm level 141 right now. Obviously, you know, doing good on Dragon Shelter, the rest just kind of assembling and dismantling and making progress throughout my different factions. I haven't really gotten to the point where I'm starting to allocate heavy resources into faction-specific heroes. I feel like that's more of a mid to end game activity, and I consider myself still more of the mid game right now. Anyway, I was gonna tell you guys, I wanted to look at the Tide. I'm not gonna forget about the rankings here. 138, Bailey, if you're watching, Bailey, this one's for you, bro. I would love to have you on. I would love to have you on, and he has no, okay. So it looks like peak talents just don't exist, right? Because if they did, Bailey would have them. He's still got them locked. But you can see his, look at this. Oof, look at Bailey, guys. He's got A5 on almost everybody, or not almost everybody, but a lot. That's really insane. He's got an A5 Setram. Ooh, A5 Razak. Oh, man. Comet. Oh, Vierna. Oh, man. Elowen. Okay. Silas A5. Wow, Bailey. Wow, dude. Anyway, that's insane. So I guess that's a strategy, right? But I would love to hear from like if somebody thinks, if a top player out there thinks they have cracked the code to Tide, right? I would love to hear from them. I love they have this, by the way. I think it's so cool. Let me know if you want. I've thought about making a video just like this every few months, you know, like every 3 months, just to show you the progress that I've made on my account, you know. Arena, I've gotten Warlord in, you know, a couple different ranks. So, you know, just Arena, I haven't focused on a ton, but I want to. I think that's one of the next things, that and Void Rift, that I really want to, you know, spend my attention on while I'm still trying to farm better gear. Guild Boss, need to go in there and min-max a little bit. I am farming Nightmare 4, the highest difficulty now, and it's taking me 3 keys. So I'm paying 200 gems a day to get the second to best chest. The reason being, though, is I've been getting some legendary skill crystals, and they're so hard. To me, it's the most difficult thing to find so far in the game for me, and it's the biggest challenge I have, because getting some of these powerful legendaries fully skilled up in this game is crucial to getting the most out of them. I only have 2 close to max. I think I have 1 in 1.9, I want to say, and boy, it is noticeable. I have Ardia and Setram fully crystalled up, or very close to, and it was massive, the increase that I got. I'm spending the 200 gems, but I just need to go in there and get this to over 10,000 blood and be able to 2 key it, or whatever they are, a day on Guild Boss, because that will make a big impact when it comes to my skills. Void Rift, as I mentioned, I've cleared Elite, but I want to go in there and see how much further I can push. On gear raids, I'm on stage 19 on 1, 2, and 3. Artifact material raid, I have cleared. Campaigns, I've totally like neglected campaigns. I like campaign, but I also feel like it's a big time commitment because you have to learn. Because at least me, I'm old and I forget everything. I'm like, okay, what was my strategy here? So I have to kind of spend a few minutes relearning every level as well. But anyway, I can get in there and do better in campaigns for sure. Promotion raids, yeah, that was promotion, EXP, and gold. I figured that was probably the easiest content to clear in the game. Tides in trials, well, you guys can see my tide. You already know I cleared 119. I'm stuck on 120. In the faction trials, you can see where I am in each of the factions as well. Curious to see how that compares to you guys. Stage 9, pretty much everywhere except for basic. Well, basic trial stops at stage 8, so that's it. I'm stage 9 everywhere else. Anyway, guys, I guess that's where I am right now. Let me show you my most used heroes. Ardia, as I mentioned, my pride and joy. She's my best DPS on the account, for ground at least, for fighters. I did a whole guide on her, so if you're curious about that, go ahead and check it out. Her base attack is by far and away the highest in the entire game at almost 8,000. So I'm able to get her to 23,000 attack with 52k on the HP, some attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, with not, again, the best gear in the world. So yeah, she's been an absolute game changer for me. The other one is Setram. Setram is so freaking good, and I rebuilt him a little bit, and I find he deals so much more damage this way in Gear Raid 3 and Guild Boss specifically. I used to have crit damage higher on him, so I have 101 and 220 on crit damage. I went in there and now I have attack bonus, and attack bonus instead. Not a lot of extra crit damage. And boy, it made, he's now getting on average, because I compared like 5 battles pre and after. He's getting on average 2.5 million more damage in Guild Boss, which is significant. That's like plus 10 to 15% overall damage what he's putting out. So yeah, it's made a big impact on Setram for me. He's one of my favorites. As I mentioned, I have him almost fully skilled. I'm not going to waste a skill crystal just on 1 damage. But I have 100 cost on the fortress stance too. I have a few saved up. Should I go for it? Should I see if I can get it? Let's do it. Go to fortress stance. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! No, 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 no.
Because it's all part of the plan.
I might as well burn it now. Now I don't have the dust. Ah, man. Those are so hard to get that it feels so sad when you don't get it to land where you wanted it to. Either way, I'm gonna use the last one and get fortress stance maxed out. Now, all the rest of my heroes, they're really rocking like the old school newbie build, and I say that with all due affection, right? But I have crit rate on the Bengals on most of my DPS beyond those few. Good gear on these, but I found it really challenging in the early game to get enough crit rate on these heroes. Crit rate is not as important in this game as it is in Raid, but, well, it's also pretty important, right? So I'm running crit rate as a main stat. Because of that, I'm having to sacrifice a lot of attack and or crit damage, and this is one thing that's definitely holding me back. I will say this, in terms of my most used lords in the game, Morrigan, I'm not sure if she's my most used. In some areas, obviously, right? But my most used lords, believe it or not, Wrath. I'm rocking a lot of Wrath, guys. I really think this guy is honestly just unbelievably good, right? He is so useful in so many different areas of the game. It's telling that he's a free epic, and he's really one of my most used lords in the game, right? I have Toreador as well, and there'll be plenty of times where I run Toreador, but there's also plenty of times that I just run Wrath, right? And I just use his epic lord instead of Toreador because I don't have enough slots available. Dolores is definitely one of my most used as well. I need to go in here and probably do a little bit more of a regearing, attack bonus, and rage regen. Also have Calamity for the attack bonus there. I would say those and Vortex and Olog are my most used. Vortex and an HP based healer with that range is just insane. Baron I use a lot as well. Olog, still one of my most used defenders in the game. In terms of my other most used tanks, I pulled King Harz in my last summoning video. Let me tell you guys, I mean, he was even better than I expected. He's vaulted up to my most used lord, probably right now in the entire game. Like, he's really good. I specifically love that he's shielding everybody, not just faction allies. Just in case you're unfamiliar with him, guys, let me just show you. Hex is definitely one of my most used, and Hatsuit as well. Didn't mean to neglect those two, and Eloin. So like those three are like the trifecta of carries. She's actually who I intended to use my skill crystals on, but I just burned one. Anyway, I was disappointed a bit by Kriya and Kaniza. Some disappointments in there as well. Constance I like, but I haven't found a way to really use her over Dolores. The inspiration is super powerful, but it's a little awkward to have it from a fighter, I found. I thought it was going to be a benefit, and the fact that she's 18 versus a 5 cost on Dolores. Anyway, look at that. That is King Hars. Let me restart so you can see it again. He comes onto the screen, dude, and he's like, boom! And then he just shields everybody periodically. The more of his faction that you have on the board, the more frequent his shield comes in. But check it out. So another, like, you know, what, 20, 30 seconds goes by. I love that it has like its own specific animation like this. I think it's just the coolest. Okay, there it is. You see it comes in there and everybody gets the shield. And there he is in action. He's an uber, like, awesome tank as well on top of all that. So guys, anyway, I'm sure I snubbed one or two who I use all the time as well. There's frankly, this is the cool thing about this game is there's free gear removal and swapping. So you can experiment with all kinds of heroes. And I love so many, truthfully, in the game. But hey, guys, just wanted to touch base with you. I hit my wall, but I'm still enjoying the hell out of this game. Hopefully you guys are too. Thank you for joining me on my Watcher journey here as we enter the holiday season. I'm not a goal setter, but I would like to get that 10K. So if you're enjoying the content, you're not subscribed, I invite you to. Either way, I appreciate you watching the content. And as always, take care, guys.